Yo, what's up, everybody? You are tuned in to the Amor Fati podcast. You already know who it is, Mavy in the building. Got my brother Raw right here next to me.
What's happening?
That's capital A-M-O-R, capital F-A-T-I. And guess what?
Who we got in this bitch, bro?
We got a special guest today.
Special guest!
My guy David is here. Let's give it up.
Let's talk about it.
Hey.
David. My boy. Long awaited.
Hello.
Good to have you on the show, bro.
Appreciate you.
Hell yeah,
Thanks for the invite.
Always, man.
I've been looking forward to this.
Yep. Man, this is the place to be, man. Let your mind.
I did my homework.
You did?
I did all my homework.
Good study?
I did all my homework.
Got to.
Yeah.
You got to, man.
That's good, man. Get the little study guide out, talk to these people, man.
I'm fresh off the Amor marathon. Straight.
Is that a subscriber? Bro?
Subscriber.
Okay.
Subscriber alert.
Notification.
Subscriber alert.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all tune in, man. But we gonna jump straight into it, y'all. What's on our minds today? What should we hop into?
Bro, what's on everybody's mind right now, bro?
Oh, we already know.
The
Katt Williams, Shannon,
Katt
Sharpe
Williams
interview.
shit crazy, man. What y'all think?
Let's
man?
talk about it.
So I'm at you, David. What did you think when you watched that interview?
Well, honestly, my introduction to it was a coworker. Actually, I walk into work and he's like, "Bro, you hear about that Katt Williams shit?" I'm like, "Nah, what you mean?" So like, I do this thing every year. I'm going in every year. I delete social media off my phone. So like, I go into the year with like a peaceful mind, like no distractions. You know what I mean? No toxicity, none of that.
Right.
So the first thing I hear when I walk into work, what is it? The third, fourth?
Yeah.
He told me this, and I'm like, nah, what you mean? He like, bro, Katt Williams exposed to everybody. He was going crazy on Shannon Sharpe podcast. I'm like, what you mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm thinking he dropping gems on there. He like, yeah, bro, that shit got like 5 million views already. Mm-hmm. He said that when I walked into the shift at 1:30. I checked my phone at about 2:30 just to go watch the podcast. It's about 6.5 million views just in the time that he told me to when I picked up my phone and watched it.
Crazy.
By the time I finished the interview that night, I'm watching it throughout the shift. By the time I finished the interview, it was at 10 million views.
It was at 11 that night when I checked.
Literally.
Yeah.
But what I think is, first of all, it wasn't all that crazy to me. It really wasn't. It wasn't all that. It wasn't crazy. Yeah. And if you know Katt Williams, you know that he's prone to say a lot of the things he said in the context that he said it, in the way that he said it. His delivery is always that strong or that, that out of pocket.
Yeah.
But it wasn't nothing. He didn't say anything out of pocket for Katt Williams is what I was thinking. I thought he was in there. I texted the group chat. I'm like, yo, why does she got 6 million views in less than 24? I'm like, bro, is he revealing the aliens or some shit? Like, what? But to me, everything Katt Williams had to say was just a representation of the industry itself.
That's what I felt too. Yeah.
And if y'all don't know what we talking about, is basically Katt Williams went on this podcast, Shannon Sharpe, and he's a comedian, and he went on the podcast specifically. It seems he had a goal. His point was to expose whatever lies or mistruths, I would say. People misspoke about him and his name or whatever previously on that same podcast, and he came to correct he came to correct the narrative, and he told a lot of truths that people didn't know. Jokes being stolen by the likes of Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Ricky Smiley, who are all a trio, part of the original Kings of Comedy.
Yeah. Oh, and Cedric. They said.
Yeah. So to me, it was nothing that was super out of pocket, and like to me it was so subtle because I originally went in thinking that he was gonna say some like really off the wall shit. Yeah. So I went in with that mindset, and when he said everything he said, I was like,
that's it.
It not that was it, but it was like, I mean, it don't sound like lies to me. It don't sound like that. It's not that crazy information.
I think you just hit the nail on the head. But I think the biggest thing to take away from it was like, isn't it crazy how the truth can be like bombshell news now?
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, you're right.
Wow.
He wasn't speaking anything like outlandish, like he said the aliens came to Earth. No, he was just calling people out and speaking the truth, and everybody was just like, "Dog, this nigga really speaking the truth." Because we're so used to being fed bullshit.
Yeah,
they're like, when a guy comes and speaks the truth eloquently, and like bro's using a lot of big words, it like surprises us because we're like, yo. So it made me feel like the year of 2024 is the year of truth, is the year of exposing
and he
truth.
Said that. Yeah. He actually said that.
He actually said that
in the podcast. Yeah.
And I felt the energy shift too. Right at the beginning of the year, boom, it hits. And I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. And honestly, bro, Hollywood niggas is always funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in Hollywood, but I know I can see right through the. I love Kevin Hart. I love Steve Harvey. I love those guys, but I know there's a certain aspect of a game that you got to play to be in those arenas, to be in those like echelons. Yeah. And you brought up Cedric. Yeah. And I watched this clip where they were talking about him being like the Bominicious joke that he took.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
So the Bominicious joke is he's like, essentially it was part of this TV show.
This nigga stealing jokes.
Back in the 90s or the 80s, it was a TV show, and the guy was like telling this girl, he was like, you know, I came to this small town and I was visiting my family, and this guy came up to me and he was like, yeah, man, my name's Charles Johnson, but you know, you can call me, everybody call me Bominicious. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna call you Bominicious then. Yeah. So he's like, hey, Bominicious, I need to go to the store real quick. I need to get some da-da-da-da. Or, hey, Bominicious, do this for me real quick. And he was like, one of my family members walked to me like, what are you calling him? What did you call him? He said, I'm calling Bominicious. He told me to call him Bominicious. He's like, man, we call him CJ. He said to call him by his initials. Not Bominicious. His name is Charles Johnson. You got to call him by his initials. Hell no. So it's like he took that clip and like Cedric had the same thing like 20 years later. Took his whole material. So
that's weird to me, bro.
He was just, I mean, the thing is like Katt was just speaking facts. And like he's the embodiment of like you can be funny, but also not a lie can be told. Yeah. That's how I feel about Katt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I look at it too where the unfortunate part, I think the world we live in now where you can expose truth, but people will like move on in like 4 or 5 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like you can, I think.
That's crazy you said that.
I think part of it was, I know Katt said he's not here to like tear people down and lift him up, but he might have been there to tear people down a little bit. And I don't know if that works anymore. Because you can expose somebody nowadays, but if that person, like Drake and Meek Mill, right? Remember that beef? There were some people that were like super, super, super like into Drake being an authentic artist or all type of shit.
That's a
and
good
when they
example.
heard they were like he was a ghostwriter, there were some people, more so like the older generation, that were like kind of heard about it.
Yeah.
But like other people were just like, I don't give a damn, bro. Like this shit's still fire. And I think the same thing kind of like Katt Williams' interview was hot, but I don't know if this will like make all the ripple effects that he thought it would. You know what I'm saying?
I now what I think is, I don't know if it'll necessarily make a lasting effect on anybody's career necessarily. Like he basically exposed, if you want to call it that, Kevin Hart for being a so-called
it ain't gonna
industry
touch none of their
but it's not
careers.
the money is still the money that they got. The accomplishments that Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart,
they're made, man, already
are still the accomplishments that they have. Now Ricky Smiley is the one that he went at the most. True. I don't know if y'all actually. The whole interview, he started with Ricky Smiley.
He got a vendetta.
He had a mission to basically he got a
vendetta with that man.
I feel like Ricky Smiley only got the hearts of our aunties and our mamas friends.
And basically his point in the interview was saying, and that's for a reason, because he can't act. I can act. Right. And Ricky Smiley spent all this time saying, I was supposed to get his part in Friday After Next. I was supposed to get Katt. That was his point.
Ricky Smiley said that?
Yeah, that was his whole that was his whole thing.
He went on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay 2023 and said, and this leads to this point before I forget about it. I feel like he wasn't even calling nobody out. It was just a response episode because I watched a bunch of clips that was like Kevin Hart was talking about him. Steve Harvey had to say something about him.
Everybody had his name in his mouth.
Everybody had his name in his mouth.
I didn't see that. That is weird, bro.
That's all.
So if I came on an episode of Shannon Sharpe's big platform, I had something to say too. My name was being thrown around.
Yeah,
by that many people.
Yeah,
successful people.
I wouldn't say Shannon's got a big platform. He's not like he's not like big time. He's a little
big now,
bro. Now. But I'm saying beforehand. Yeah. But even Katt called it in the interview. He said, "I'm turning you into Oprah, bro. This is Oprah level now,
for real."
And he called it.
Yeah,
Shannon Sharpe was like, "You ain't gonna have nobody coming back to this." Katt was like, "Watch this,
right?
Everybody's gonna be running for an interview to get with you after this."
But be real. I mean, if you look at his subscribers got 1.68 million on in the scale of YouTube. That's not a lot.
It's not a lot, but I think for like the audience that they're talking about that are like affected by this news in a sense. Yeah, Shannon Sharpe, especially in the black community, like Shannon Sharpe's podcast is probably like ranking up as like I would say top 25.
No, not after not this interview is top 10.
Okay,
because everybody's watching this, and this is why clips are important. This is why short form media, TikTok and Instagram Reels are so important because it's like homework. Everybody, listen. he may not have a national news show, but people were tuning in and shit like it was national.
It's
fucking
late night news. It's the good news.
You know what I'm
Niggas ain't
saying?
watching TV at night.
National news.
And you know what's crazy because
YouTube
they
at
was
night.
calling out Shannon for being a terrible interview, but I feel like he played his part.
Bro, he's always been a great interviewer to me.
I feel like he played his part.
I mean, yeah, he's reading shit, but like Shannon Sharpe asks good questions, and he knows his guests, and he knows what to ask.
yeah, but he wasn't even like encroaching. He wasn't stepping too far.
Very neutral.
He was just letting them like listen. Kevin Hart is a treasure trove of like entertainment and a treasure trove of content. Clearly, as we can all see. So, what did man really have to say to him? You know, he did his part. He was just like, I'm gonna let this man talk.
And that's what Shannon Sharpe actually came out. He reacted to his own interview on
Nightcap.
Yeah,
Nightcap.
on the
Ocho.
following day, and he basically was like, "Yeah, I just, I was actually going in expecting to ask him questions, but by 30 minutes in, I hadn't asked him a single question, and I just let him go."
That's smart.
And he got the answers that he needed, and look where it got him.
And the proof is in the pudding. He had his cards on him.
And I think Shannon knew at a certain point, like, I ain't gotta say shit tonight.
He already knew it was gold.
He said, "This gonna be a good one." I Skip. I know you watching this, Skip.
And I knew it too because 2-3 hours before the episode released on my YouTube community thing, he said like, "Y'all are gonna want to miss this one." The team already knew it.
Bro, he probably wrapped up like, "Bruh, thank you. I don't know what the fuck you were talking about, but thank you."
Skip.
And it's crazy that's like the first that's the first big media story that we had of 2024. Like what a way to enter 2024.
Yeah.
And I feel like I mean there's some positives and negatives to it because the positive end, it wasn't something like super damning, I would say.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like I'm glad we entered the news with something interesting for us to all talk about in media, and it wasn't like somebody we love died or somebody that we know essayed somebody or something like that. It was something that we could all, we got comedian beef. When's the last time we saw some comedian beef? Like,
bro, and it's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Comedians go through it because it's such a small group of people.
Niggas taking material. Like when I found out, like hanging with Mr. Cooper, like Mark Curry got like stolen from Steve Harvey. Like the whole Steve Harvey show was taken from, and I saw that on Max. As soon as they said it, I watched Hanging with Mr. Cooper on Max.
Yeah, you watch it.
I watched it, and I'm like, this is literally the Steve Harvey show, but it came out before.
So who was supposed to be in that?
Mark Curry was the one that started. Okay. Funny guy, but I like I said, Steve played the game, stole his material straight up. And Steve, the thing I learned about it is Steve has been stealing from Mark Curry his entire career because he had a segment on the Steve Harvey talk show that he had, taking his whole like Halloween material.
Bro, why you gotta steal, bro? Like if you're talented, why do you have to steal? I feel like real talent. I mean, you could be inspired. I mean, shit, you might even lay the foundation for somebody else. Right, but like if I'm the person that has the foundation laid before me, like why am I gonna go like tick for tat exactly like how you went?
Because that's the foundation of what Katt was trying to get to. These niggas are phonies, bro. That's what he's trying to.
Basically,
he said, "Nigga, you wasn't homeless. I was homeless."
Yeah, he did say that.
You fabricating a story.
Steve Harvey talk about that too.
Because the thing is like these. I'm not trying to take it to like a racial standpoint, but like these entertainers, bro, that are black, they'll try to take it to a standpoint where it's like they try to play into that like. I was like struggling and da 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 because it looks better for their come up.
Yeah.
But he was like, nigga, you was making $3,000, $5,000 a show 3 days a week.
Yeah.
You wasn't struggling. You wasn't homeless, bro.
It's harder for us too. I get it. I get the competition because it's like, well, listen, only like a small handful, maybe even one of us will like get the opportunities. I think the comedian culture now wants to like do what they do, stand up. I think that'll never like die, and then they want to make a commercial with movies, TV shows. Or Netflix specials, and it's like only one or two of us is gonna get that. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So I mean I get it. I don't think it needs to go there though. I think like I miss the days like when we had Fridays and we had movies where like all the good comedians were on there. The last movie I saw where comedians was on there like all together was Death at a Funeral, and that shit was not good.
Yeah,
that shit was
the
not
last
good
black movie.
With comedians, specifically comedians together.
That's a good example.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, that's the last one I can remember.
Like, what, 2011, 2012?
Yeah, that was like early.
Might have been early.
Zoe Saldana was on it. Chris Rock, Kevin
and
Hart.
it was like trying to jam people. And from the interviews I've seen, I think that even in that project, there were like egos maybe in a way, maybe not. Because I think originally it was like, yo, let's all come together and make a. I think Kevin Hart was talking about it. Let's make our own Harlem Nights. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And
you can't make a Harlem.
Not no more. Everybody has their own brand now.
Say Richard and Eddie, you can't top that.
Side note: did anybody see The Blackening?
did.
I still want to see it.
I did not.
It's
Without
not good.
spoiling,
Did
it's
not
not
see
good.
Let's go into movies now. We're here because I got to talk to you two about
Transition.
Transition. Shout out Randy. He's our
Shout out-
transitioner.
shout out
Randy, we
Fantano.
good? 1, 2, 3. Transition.
We good? We good, Randy?
Cool.
All right, for
So
sure.
the blackening, it's like, excuse me, America, but I felt like it was a script written by a white person for black people to be black.
It was like
So
that.
it-
I thought it was gonna be like
So
one of
the
those
funny
like.
thing is, it was actually written by black people.
That's what I
know.
thought. That's
It
what
was
I
a
thought.
skit. It was
So I
a
guess that's-
comedy skit on YouTube, or I think on Comedy Central, written by black people before it was a movie.
But
And
it
they
felt
just
like what you
extended-
Okay,
just said.
I'm gonna show you what the vibe I felt.
Oh,
when I
hell
watched it, shout out to
nah.
my boy Terrell and Dame because we went after work the same way we went after work to watch Spider-Man. So I went and it felt like when you have that one white friend, if you let it ever slide, even if you don't let it slide, if a white person is saying the N-word and you hear them trying to like insert it into a conversation, don't worry about how you react after. I'm talking about their act. When you know how somebody's trying to force it, like, yeah, nigga, I was with my niggas today, and these niggas is tripping. Like, that's what it felt like in the movie. Like, they were trying to force like black, like pop culture onto us, and everybody in the theater when I watched it was black. So we kind of was just like sitting around, like, I mean, like that's not
Mr.
That's
Mark.
not that funny.
It's pandering.
Mark.
It's pandering.
Yeah, but there were definitely funny elements. The movie plot itself was interesting. It kept you know, like hooked, but it wasn't what it was advertised.
It wasn't as funny as it was supposed to be.
Nah.
While
could've
you're on
been
the show,
funnier.
bro. While you're on the show, what was your favorite like kind of like films of 2023? Like, what was the moments for you that like really stuck out?
I watched y'all last episode. Oppenheimer was up there.
Ooh-wee, I didn't see it, but
Quick 10 seconds on that.
Little
I
Oppenheimer.
watched
We just talked about that last episode. Go ahead.
ahead,
I
David.
watched Oppenheimer at Dolby Digital at Star Grad shit. And I don't know if y'all ever been to Dolby Digital.
No.
It's like it's the IMAX in a normal theater, I would say.
Oh.
But better. Dolby Digital is 10 times better than the IMAX. So
Wow.
Dolby Digital has like not only surround sound, but it has seats that recline and move based on like the visuals and effects.
Randy
of the
over there shaking his
movies.
head like, hell
Like,
yeah,
if
nigga.
there's wind in the movie, bro, the scene where the bomb explodes and you know it's whoosh, there's there's little air vents that blow
These niggas
on
got
you,
us turned
bro.
up. Hold on.
Bro, I kid you not.
Send me the
like,
Addy.
Bro, the seats vibrate and move.
Hey,
so
do that
just-
blow thing in the camera one more time. Do that.
shit.
bro. It was nuts, and I sat third row, third row for this movie. So not only I'm right here, like it's IMAX, but it's a normal theater, but I'm right here, and it was so loud. It was concert loud. It was
So
it
it's
was
like
concert loud.
It's like the amenities of a super IMAX stuffed into a normal theater. Wow,
And
So I went to go see it. Like
all
if,
the effects.
If you live in the Midwest, I went to go see it on the Super IMAX. That's like comparable. I don't know if it's
Imagine.
like that level, but it's comparable because the sound is amazing. The screen is fucking huge. And like I sat right in the middle of the middle. Like I got my tickets like
Best seat in the house.
2 weeks early before it came out. So I was just like, okay, this is perfect. But that's how you got to see Oppenheimer.
You got
though.
to.
You got to see Oppenheimer. Sorry, that's how you got to see that shit. So
Let me ask you a question. Since we're on it, what's the best seat in the movie theater, bro?
middle of the middle.
Is it middle, up,
third,
and
fourth
middle?
row, middle, third, fourth row.
Yeah.
Because I swear niggas used to tell me like the first seat in the first row. I'm like,
no.
bro, that's gotta hurt your neck, bro.
No, that's
Honestly,
the worst seat.
back in the day, it used to be a lot worse because the seats used to go up a lot further. I noticed.
They
I
pulled it back.
had to notice about 5 or 6 years ago that most theaters have the largest space.
That's true.
From the front seat
is
to
true.
the like, those seats don't exist anymore. Where it's like your neck is up.
You look at
One
them
thing I'm
niggas-
gonna say
them
though is
niggas'
like if you
noses.
had those seats you're talking about, you said they go back.
They recline like the seats themselves. You can lay
Yeah,
back,
if you got
kick your feet
recliner
up.
seats, yeah.
But the seats,
they might not be too bad though.
but the seats also had effects where they would move.
That's
I'm
crazy,
saying the
bro.
seats.
No, I
in
know what you
Dolby
mean.
Digital
Look at
It's like
move
so it's like
and
the D box.
vibrate.
It's
Look
like
at
the
us.
D box.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, for sure.
Dolby Digital at AMC. Dolby Digital. If you see any brand new movie, especially action movies, Dolby Digital AMC. That's the way to go. That's the new IMAX.
God damn.
That is the new IMAX.
So you mentioned Oppenheimer. Give me two more.
Obviously Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I'm honestly trying to think.
Gotta go Spider-Man.
I'm honestly trying to think of what other
This
big
year?
movies came out.
I think
in
this might have been the year.
2023.
Barbie.
It was- I saw Barbie, of course. Barbie was
Guardians
good.
of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Whoa.
Hold on.
That one.
Yeah, Guardians.
Really? I forgot.
Yeah,
It was that good.
yeah.
I gotta tap.
I
was like-
tap in, nigga.
Listen.
That was a good movie, bro.
It's been a long time since I cried
Whoa,
at a movie.
David.
It's been
That
a
movie
long.
was so
It's
sad.
been a long time since I cried during a
What?
movie.
Bro, hold on.
That movie was brilliant.
no more.
Wait. Moment of silence for crying. 1, 2, 3. All right, go ahead.
No movie, no Marvel movie was worth watching last year, but that motherfucker was the only one for me.
That one, they knew what the fuck they was doing.
What?
They-
Okay, so this is the ignorance in me. I thought after Infinity War, like,
shit was dead.
it's over. Like, Marvel doesn't really have anywhere
Pretty
to go
much, though.
now.
Pretty
because I
much.
saw that Thor movie and I was like,
Like
oh,
Phase
Marvel
terrible.
lost.
Phase
That was
4,
terrible.
Phase 4 has just been trash altogether. Besides like Shang-Chi,
TV shows?
No.
I liked Eternals personally.
Oh, I did like Eternals.
Eternals was
was
smooth.
lit. I
Remember
hated on
we
that.
went to go see that?
We
I
saw
gotta
it together.
rewatch
I was
it.
about to say
I
that was
also-
we loved
that
Eternals.
was a good ass movie, bro.
So with the exception of what was it? Spider-Man, Far From Home.
Bro, that was like
Eternals.
You didn't like
and
Doctor Strange too?
that
I
was
like
good.
one.
That
I
was
like
fucking
fire.
good. But somebody argued that should have been a WandaVision.
It was
movie.
alright for me.
You know who
it was
It was a
Hey, shout out my boy.
continuation.
Shout out my boy Zane. He said it
was a
should have been a WandaVision.
continuation.
And I
of
watched
WandaVision.
WandaVision. I watched WandaVision. That's when I stopped though after the Doctor. No, after Thor.
Thor
I
4
stopped
was
after
really
that shit.
bad.
I
Love and
couldn't
Thunder?
do it no more.
He's
Love
the
and
one
War?
superhero that did not
Love and
need a
Thunder.
fourth movie.
He did not need a
He's
fourth
had
movie,
fo-
nigga.
He went 1 for 4, literally.
Bro.
Yeah, just
1 for
Ragnarok.
4.
That was the good one.
Just Ragnarok.
Come on, bro.
Rest
That
of them
shit
are
was-
Why do they
terrible.
keep giving them
Why do
movies
they
with that
keep
track
giving them
record?
movies?
I don't think Disney thinks the shit through, bro. And I'm not gonna bring Star Wars into this shit. But Disney doesn't. He already know. Both
Hey,
y'all
they've
know.
been- they've been
Randy
bashing
even
Star
knows.
Wars. All
I know,
8
bro.
episodes.
It's just Disney's not doing things good. But okay, so let's transition. That's a great song. You should remix that, put on your album. Anyways, album coming soon. So listen,
Facts.
you should put Dave on that song too. He probably know the rhythm of the song. Anyways, so TV shows. Both of you guys are probably the most like TV savvy niggas I know. Actually, you three, because Randy's back there. Y'all can't see Randy. So like, what were the best TV shows, even if they were
Jesse,
started before?
Do you even have any
2023?
inkling of what's going on here?
What show did you enjoy the most this past
Someone
year?
who knocks on my door thinks that you think that of me, Skylar. What the fuck? I am the danger. He's like, do you have an inkling? Do you have a clue of what's going on here, Jesse? Do you have any idea? Okay, shout out to Breaking Bad. That's my favorite TV of all time.
Shout out.
My favorite TV show of all time, besides Avatar: The Last Airbender, is Breaking Bad.
Shout out to your audition for whatever the fuck you trying to audition for.
Oh, Walter White.
Have you ever thought about acting classes? Were you ever in theater at all?
I played the Fonz in my high school musical. Yeah, me, a black guy playing the Fonz. They
I don't even
cast
know what
me.
that is.
You don't know that guy that was like
Happy
"Ayy."
Days. The guy,
They hit the jukebox guy.
nigga, the leather,
The other jacket.
the
With
leather
the hat?
jacket. No, it's a white
He's
dude.
like slick back.
Yeah,
You seen it before.
he's like an iconic character. He goes,
Yeah.
"Ayy."
Ayy. I thought it was
but he's
this,
a white guy from like the 50s, bro.
Hey Randy, remember Jared Davis? Fuck it. He got a song about the Fonz.
But yeah, I was in that shit. So like, honestly, I appreciate that though. But like, yeah, like fucking Breaking Bad, bro. Like that's up there with the Sopranos.
clap for
What
that?
came out in
Let's-
2020?
Please, let's clap for Breaking
Clap for
Bad,
Breaking
bro.
Bad. I've heard some good
That's
shit
up there
about
with
it.
like the Sopranos. That's up there with Game of Thrones. Well, besides the ending
Whoa.
of Game of Thrones, but that's up there with like the best of the best of the best, bro. Like,
Yeah.
come on now. Like, if you haven't watched Breaking Bad yet, you gotta watch it.
What do you think?
Okay, so I have not watched Succession, but I
neither.
do
Me
know
neither.
that it was one of the. I waited. I like to wait until the show is complete. Sometimes
Good idea.
when
Oh,
I'm
so
too far behind, I gotta wait till.
Wait,
it's
so you
done.
did watch it?
I didn't.
You did? I mean, neither.
But
I haven't watched it yet.
It's next on my list. And
Dog,
it's
because people been
apparently
telling me.
it's apparently one of like the best shows
goated.
ever, and
It's
anything HBO I trust. You know me, HBO
Bro,
connoisseur
can I
right
say
here. I've
this?
seen
It's
everything.
If this nigga endorses it, watch that shit.
100%. I would never steer you wrong on
Never
any show.
steered me
I
wrong.
would
I don't
never
watch a
steer
lot of
you wrong.
TV either, bro.
But
This nigga get me right.
one of the best things, and y'all already talked about this. Gen V is fire. That's a given.
Oh, yeah,
Gen
Gen
V is
V.
fire. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of something new that came out this year that was just fire. Season 1.
There were like some cool
Fire.
season
Season
1 shows.
2 of like Invincible was good.
Yes.
Really good.
Well, no, season 2.
No, season 1.
Season 1.
Season 1 of it. You said season 1, right?
That came out this year, right?
Season came out last year.
Season 2 came out
Season
in
1 was good.
November, and
So season 1 was
we only got 4 episodes,
Yeah.
and I can't give my final opinion on it. I'll
He
keep
good.
that there. But
We'll come back to that.
He's a
y'all.
critiquer.
I'm
Got to be.
such a TV buff,
Got to
such a
be.
TV movie buff.
Well, can I ask a question? How did Attack on Titan finish? What do you guys think?
Loved it. Loved
Chef's
it.
Kiss.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Chef's Kiss. I'm talking about not even finished, bro. The whole way through. That was one of those shows that didn't slip.
It did not.
It had no room. It had no room to slip.
From the you like every
misses.
every episode you're like,
Bro, who's the writer? Who's the writer of that show?
it's
not Toriyama. It's not-
Asuke. It's something. It's
Okay.
Ariana Sasuke. Or something
Ariana
like that.
Sasuke. I thought you were crying when you wrote that show. Like every
He had to
episode,
be.
you had to be
He had
crying
to be.
because you took so much from me.
Bro, I felt
personally.
betrayed every episode of
had
that.
to
Bro.
be.
But the last episode gave me like a weird sense of closure. Like I didn't walk away like, oh, all is good or all is bad. It was just closure.
It was like, damn.
It was like this.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is
Very existential, like
It was very like on par.
crisis mode. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
on theme for the show though, because the
Yeah.
whole show was just like, damn, this is fucking perilous. This shit is fucking
And
hopeless.
what was hard was to get part 1 of the last episode and then wait like 9 months.
Yeah,
That was hard.
That was, bro. I
I was like, bro,
twiddling
we're
my
leaving off
thumbs
of
in
this?
the ends, nigga.
I was twiddling my thumbs in the ends and that, and I was like fucked up, Mike. You know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
man. Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, man.
But
Ooh, I got one.
Top Boys.
HBO Love and Death. Elizabeth Olsen.
I don't know what it
and,
is.
My man that played Jesse.
Jesse.
Fuck, he played.
This is when I get
He's
quiet.
in
Breaking Bad.
He's in Breaking Bad. He's also in
Plemons, Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons.
Bro, that was such
Great
a good
show.
Great show.
Shout out to my
True
baby.
story.
Shout out to my
True
baby
story.
Elizabeth Olsen.
It's a
though.
true story. So
Bad bitch alert?
HBO.
Wait, bad bitch alert?
No, just like Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth
I
Olsen.
think she's beautiful, bro. She's
Elizabeth
fucking
Olsen.
gorgeous,
I don't know
bro.
what it
But
is.
Mary Kate and Ashley's younger sister.
Younger.
Wanda.
WandaVision.
Oh!
Yeah, WandaVision.
Wow,
Yeah.
we're getting old. She's a sister, a little sister of them,
Of them two, Mary Kate Ashley.
and
yeah.
she's older than us still.
If I was me, I would have.
They old. They like 50.
Mary Kate
Yeah,
Ashley
old.
50.
They old, bro. They old.
You talking
Listen.
about
They're like 42.
What did
at
they used to
least.
say in Full House?
So
You gotta do.
Oh yeah. So listen, like, that was like a spin. That was like a spin-off of like another twin TV show, Candy, that was played by.
No, it wasn't a spinoff. What it was is
Or not a spinoff, but-
HBO's adaptation of that story.
of Candy
Hulu
on
adapted
Hulu.
this same true story. It's a true crime story.
So they did it better.
You know, and HBO did it way better. I'm
Who did
sorry.
it better?
Because
Who wore it better?
Jessica Biel plays
played Candy.
Candy, the
Yep.
woman who is the suspect in the murder in the HBO version of this show. So what happens is
Candy Montgomery.
basically man and woman, they're
Yep.
married, right? They have neighbors and friends who are also married.
Yep.
Woman goes to, is it church or something?
Church.
They all go to church. Anyways, she has a crush. She basically realized she has a crush on the neighbor, the neighbor's husband. She asked him if they want to have an affair, and they presumably have this affair over the course of a couple months, and then they end up stopping because one gets attached to the other. It's alleged who is the one that gets too attached or whatever, but we assume it's Candy. She ends up hiding it, and then when the wife of said neighbor comes over one day
Confronts
because
her.
their friends are kids. Their friends are kids. Keep this in mind. Their friends are kids.
Yep.
The wife comes over one day, confronts Candy about having this affair. The next step is
Kill her.
wife ends up dead. Not Candy.
Candy. No, she wants to kill Candy.
She wants to kill
And
Candy.
Candy, in self-defense, kills her.
Right.
He doesn't say shit about it.
Doesn't say anything.
Keeps it to herself.
Keeps it to herself for the next
Plays it
X
off
amount
as if
of
like,
days.
oh, everything's normal.
When they
I don't know
when they
anything.
name her as a suspect, she gets arrested and basically has to fight for her freedom.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It is a crazy story.
must watch.
Must watch. But HBO they do murder mysteries better than
So
anybody else.
So good.
Better than anybody else.
Let me look at my subscriptions.
I've watched probably 8 to 10 of these murder mysteries from HBO, and they have all been fucking gas. And they don't miss on they don't miss on those. They don't. So
I concur with that. And with that fact being said, y'all, we're going to be right back after this. We're going to take a short little break. You are tuned into Amor Fati. Don't go nowhere, y'all.
Hit some
All right?
sit-ups like this. Yes, sir.
What's up? We back, everybody. You are tuned into Amor Fati. You know what it is. That's capital A-M-O-R, capital F-A-T-I. My brother David's in the building, y'all.
Yes, sir.
We'll get back into it, man. So I think we had a topic on hand ready to go when we come back from the back. What is it?
Man, listen. Let's talk about it, fellas. It's 2024, bro. It ain't 23 no more. I bet you thought it was 23 still with your lazy ass. Listen, how do we feel about Girl, your girl, not like a girl, because I know how you feel about a girl. How do you feel about your girl having OnlyFans? David, I'm gonna let you run with this one, my brother.
Got to.
My brother.
The relationship, man.
Oof.
Be careful.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna say.
So, let me just preface this with first, every girl has their own right to their own body, and their own likeness.
Check.
Obviously, right? Obviously.
It's obvious.
But there is a kind of a contract. Not a contract, but there's an agreement that
An unspoken agreement.
Agreement. Not even unspoken. I would say it's spoken.
We gonna talk about it.
I would say we're gonna talk about it, and we'll talk about it.
Let's get into it.
But I would say there's some kind of agreement or understanding that you have when you become one with somebody. So when you're no longer single, when you're no longer just thinking about your own self.
Facts.
There is a decorum that you have to have as a man and as a woman. So girls on OnlyFans, first of all, it depends on what is being broadcast on that OnlyFans. What is going on that OnlyFans specifically?
It could be a whole lot.
And two, it also what I've come to learn is the level of activity and expertise you have on OnlyFans. And when I say expertise, I mean, what level of content creator are you on OnlyFans? Are you an amateur? Right. Are you considered an amateur? Yeah. Or are you considered somebody who's professional? Or if you get a lot of views, I can tell you this now, and I learned this recently. Those girls ain't running their own accounts.
Damn.
It's all.
One more time, Mavy.
Damn.
Those girls ain't running their own accounts. So the girls that you see with the millions and hundreds of thousands, even the tens of thousands, those are all those messages you're seeing they got a team. They have an agency. They're all part of an agency that they give them a stake in order to make all the interactions that they need to make individually. So when you subscribe to somebody's OnlyFans, they're getting DMs. They're sending out automated DMs. They're sending out the pictures. If you request something from them, that's not you talking to them. I'm sorry to break it to you.
sorry buddy. It ain't her.
You ain't special.
You ain't special. I know what she told you.
You are not special. Yeah. But it also takes some groundwork, some footwork to get to that point.
It's a business,
if that makes sense. It is a business. Yeah. At the end of the day, it is a business. So to that point, I say, if you are about your business, treat it as such.
Okay.
Take it. I had a hard time dealing with the fact that, a woman that I might consider to be mine or that I'm trying to make mine is, selling their body online for money. Right. Because at the end of the day, at your core, I think as a woman, they know that to some degree that they're not. I don't want to say their value. That sounds crazy.
No, go ahead. I know what you mean.
I want to say at the end of the day, they know that they're in their heart that they have to give a little piece away of themselves every time that they show somebody A, B, or C.
Facts.
And that's not a necessarily easy thing to do. Like, you have to, drag yourself to do that. Nobody's, just wakes up one day like, hey, I want to show my titties, or I'm trying to show I'm trying to show some coochie.
Women know they have it. Yeah, as a backup.
Yeah, and they know it's easy. And yes, that part they know it's always there. You know what I mean?
Because men is hungry and thirsty as shit.
Always there. It's always option. Like if we need a little bit of money,
if I need some cash, I'll shake some ass.
Yeah, do something strange for some change. You feel me? They know it's always an option, but that doesn't mean there's no trade in for it.
1,000.
That doesn't mean there's no trade in for it. So what I say is, when I was single, going and meeting people that may have had OnlyFans, for me, it immediately it was almost immediate disqualification for being my girlfriend or being taking it seriously. Yeah, it was almost immediate disqualification. Why? Because the behavior that you have to exhibit in order to maintain that OnlyFans is unbecoming of a relationship.
Wow. Talk about it, David.
The behavior that you have to exhibit to maintain that You have to constantly DM guys. You have to deal with the flirting and the attention from other dudes. And it's like if you got a good looking girl, you know they're gonna get some attention.
Yeah.
In real life, like
Facts.
when you stepping outside, when you on social media in general, but now you have set up this entire profile specifically for that attention. You've opened that door, a wide door, not only that, for that attention.
Yeah.
And it's like, for you to make money off of it, you have to play into that attention, if that makes sense.
1,000.
For you to make a profit off this, you have to play into that attention. You have to allow that in. And mentally, your girl got to be ready for that.
Yeah.
She has to be ready for that. That's the thing. Like,
and you got to be ready for it too.
And you have to be ready for that.
Yeah.
So if you are dealing with a girl that does OnlyFans or some kind of other form of, sex work, it may not be physical sex, but just online sex work in the form of pictures, videos, etc. You have to be ready for what comes with that, and you have to be willing to accept that. And y'all have to come to an agreement, a verbal agreement. Set your own boundaries. So I'm not gonna sit here and say like it's not okay or this and that, because everybody is different. And it wasn't until I ran into this myself that I had to, figure out where my man ego was.
Right, now you're that guy.
Now I'm that guy. And it's like I never thought I would be the person that was like,
facts.
Nah, that's not me. Because it's just like I would just completely run from it. But when you sit there and talk about it and you understand what goes into it and what they can get out of it, the possibilities, you start to think about shit. And it's like, if she has all the other qualities, the A, B, C, the caringness, the loving, the loyalty, the she's smart, she got brains, she good looking, she check all your boxes. Who are you to say like, damn, this ain't the one just because of this one thing? And do the pros outweigh the cons? That's what you have to ask yourself.
What you think, bro?
I mean, you killed that.
Brody,
you murdered that subject.
Brody might have been through it. I ain't gonna say he has or hasn't.
You sound very versed in that.
Hey, Randy, I ain't gonna say he has or hasn't. But I think firsthand experience.
No, to be honest with you though, I think from my point of view is like, you gotta weigh the pros and cons. Like he said, it's like, for me, the furthest I would like going into it ignorantly, because I don't know that much. I'd just be like, look, let's sell some toes. I know there's a big feet market, right? Yeah. Let's sell some toes on the internet. You ain't showing your face. You keeping it real. You bringing in the traffic, and we're gonna make some. But
then she gets hit in the inbox like, "I'd love to see your body."
Right.
What you thinking?
That's when it gets a little. My girl. That's when it gets a little. It would get a little touchy. You know what I'm saying?
I like what David said though. It's kind of like, listen, if you're getting those inboxes, you're getting those DMs, and you're about your business, I feel like at that point, we have a different conversation. I feel like if you're just out here wanting to be somebody, but you're not willing to be that person, but you're still getting that like inconsistent, weird approaching by men and weird like at that point you're not in it full, like your toes are dipped into the water, but you're not all the way in it. So at this point, the bullshit you do receive is now an annoying nuisance.
It's not worth it. Almost
it's not worth it.
Right.
And that part is very important, because it's like,
you gotta have a balance.
You have to be either all in,
gotta have balance,
or you have to be all out. There is no like. To me, there is no like, when it's low, we can try this as an option. We got to be all into this shit and treat it like a business, or all out. So you don't start a business. You don't open a restaurant and say, oh damn, you know what, I can't pay rent this month. Let me go open the restaurant back up, and
that's true.
Hire some chefs for 3 weeks. Hire some chefs for 3 weeks and some waiting staff, and allow my customers to just eat, and then never get this again because I'm up now.
All you can eat shrimp, and we're only open for 2 weeks.
You know what I mean? You have to have a full business plan and follow through with it.
100.
So I have like 2 thoughts on this. My 2 thoughts are this: is like, the key word is we, right? So you guys both have to be invested into it.
Correct.
And number 2 for me is like, she can't get lost into this more than what we agreed upon. Like, if this is a business enterprise and this is gonna like pay our rent, this is gonna make us a big bag. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in it with you, but like, you get lost into it and it gets to your head, then that's my point where it's like, okay, we gotta talk, or we gotta cut this shit off. And if we can't, and you too deep into it, then it's like, we gotta part ways. Yeah. And that's the part that scares me about it. Like, for me, it's just like, I don't want to get a girl who you know, like, because anybody will get, you know, clout. Fame is a drug, right?
1,000.
And you get that clout, you get that attention, you get that fame. It can change your mind. It can change your head about. So it depends on the woman. It depends on like how far we agree to go into this together, and it depends on like if you lose yourself upon our agreement. Are you getting too deep into it? Yeah. That's how I think about it.
I mean, I'm similar to you guys. I feel like I don't know if there is a line that can be drawn to a woman that does become successful with it.
Yeah.
And she's so used to like, I mean, you gotta think, bro. Girls that are like making bags are probably getting like at least like 50 to 100 DMs a day. You know what I'm saying?
More than that.
And
I can tell you,
I didn't see OnlyFans where the girls' boyfriends are fucking them on the videos, and they both get the bag together.
So there's that thing, and that's my next question.
He's involved in it now.
So first, my take is like, again, I'm kind of with you guys. I guess if she was doing something for a business standard, I think that, yeah, but there's also a conversation to be had. Like, when this breaks and, like, we're in public and somebody, like, notices you, like a little kid notices you, like an 18-year-old kid is like, yo, that's so-and-so, and I'm with that girl. I mean, it's just a different thing to battle with. But let me say this. Would you be a girl's manager for OnlyFans?
You kind of almost have to be, just to a degree. Not a manager,
you have to
be you have to be some kind of business partner.
Gotta be
involved.
Yeah, because it's your girl at this
if
point.
you have no idea
what she's posting, what she's doing for content,
that allows a space for disagreement and uncertainty, miscommunication in the relationship. And
1,000.
I mean, if you're not a solid guy in terms of like your confidence, if you're not, your self-esteem is not high, or you don't have.
I was gonna say it takes a certain type of guy, like
you gotta be secure,
like porn star boyfriends or porn star husbands. It takes a certain type of guy to be with those kind of women.
I'm gonna say this: I can't be that guy, bro.
My girl's getting, and that's what I was gonna say. That's why
pound it on the internet.
That's what I'm saying. Like forever, where it just stays forever. So it's like for me, it's like
Adam.
I'm cool with the Adam 22. Shout out.
I gotta do it, buddy.
Tough year for that man. He probably made a lot of money though.
He endorsing it. Shit,
he made a lot of money.
That part. So you gotta like.
At what cost?
That's the balance that I was talking about. It's your morals versus that bag.
That's the thing.
That bag is crazy.
Ladies,
that bag is life changing though.
It is, but ladies, listen. I never put a woman that I say I love over a bag, and that's my standard. Now, I might not get married until I find that girl.
Okay, let me ask you this: what if she puts that bag over how much y'all love each other, and it's her decision, right? She's Miss Independent.
Okay.
And she gets to make that decision for herself.
If I say I'll never do that, I want somebody to say the same thing to me.
Okay, so what I mean by this is she's like, oh, look, I'm in this. I'm gonna do this because let's look what this is yielding.
Yeah.
You either stand in my way or you move aside because I'm gonna keep doing this.
Too many fishes in the sea.
Are you leaving your girl or are you gonna support her and still try to stay in the picture?
I would support her by leaving her.
Did she start the OnlyFans before him or while she was with him?
That's a good question. It depends.
So if it was before me, then I can't stand in the way of what she's doing to make a bag.
Because you signed up for that.
That's signed up for it. That's what I was going to say.
But if she's bad and whatever reason, listen, men can have feelings. Brothers, listen to this shit. You can have feelings. If your girl starts OnlyFans while she's with you, right? There could be a natural feeling of like, damn, what the fuck am I not? You know what I'm saying?
Highlighting some underlying
issues. This is how niggas think. Let's be real. We don't talk about this shit. We feel like girls only think about these things. But like, if a girl started OnlyFans while I'm with her, then it gets extreme and she's successful, and we start to have like a disagreement about a lot of the things, then I would make a decision, bro. Because honestly, it's 2024. There's a lot of ways to get to a bag. OnlyFans is a crazy bag. I'm not gonna lie. It's a crazy bag that builds crazy momentum. But I don't think I want money that bad. Where my girl. Not just a girl. My girl is the girl that's.
Can I be real? I feel like the question is yielding like two different like realities. Like the reality is 2024 now, so I feel like the reality is like that phrase where it's like she was never yours. It was just your turn.
Yeah,
it's either that reality or it's like she's never gonna want to do that and like she's just all yours.
Yeah,
and I feel like
a lot of girls like both.
I feel like if you are with a girl that wants to do that, you're gonna keep playing this middle game. So you got to either choose. You're gonna get with a girl who wants to go all the way and let her like be a free bird and do that shit and like have her business and go crazy.
Yeah.
Or in the middle game is be soulless, let her do her thing, get that money and win off her money.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, baby, I'm gonna watch you do this. I'm gonna let you do this. Fuck other guys. Fuck me. Whoever. show your pussy online, show your titties online, da 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 da. Or you just get with a girl who's just not down for that shit. It's like 3 avenues. Yeah. And for me personally, I feel like I'd be more comfortable with I feel more comfortable with just being like, I'd have my own business and I'm making M's and I'm taking care of my girl.
Listen to this.
And that pussy's mine.
If you're in a situation
that's how I feel about
where
it.
the bag is equally coming in,
because I'm not
what do you need from her? If you get a bag yourself, you don't need her to do that. So then the question is different.
I'm not inherently a jealous or insecure man. I know there's a lot of men out there like that. Yeah. But I'm saying this to say this. That would still disturb me. So I would just say, like, let me be the bag provider and you do your thing. Hey, you don't even got to do this because I'm gonna take care of you.
Imagine, honey,
that's how I feel about it.
Hey, imagine, honey, I'm home, and she in there in the room busting it wide for the gram. Like, babe, I'll be out in 1 second. Hold on.
And she like,
yeah.
I'll be right back, baby. In a second. Hold on.
Baby, who the fuck clapping like that? I ain't never heard it clap like that. When you learn that? Well, you know, one of my subscribers asked me to do this one thing, and it's actually clapping louder now.
That's crazy.
So bro got you doing tricks. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
because then I'm gonna let you talk. Hold on, last thing. If a nigga is like DMing my girl on that some specific shit, like, hey, could you try this one shit? And I didn't even ask her to do this shit yet. Yeah. And she's like, I'm like, where you learn this? And she like, well, honestly, you know, Tyler 44XY Beetlebug taught me this. Like,
but he didn't put a bag on me though.
So yeah, what was you about to say?
He done dropped like 5,000.
What I would say is, I want to kind of bring it back down to earth a little bit because I feel like we also talking about
a girl that made
two
it.
Major extremes. Yeah. Because I'm gonna let y'all know the reality of it is we are talking about the top 5 and up percent earners on OnlyFans, and the reality of the situation is there is millions and millions and millions of people that signed up for OnlyFans between 2019 and now that have barely made over 10K, if that even over 3 or 4 years. So. The reality of it is we dealing with a lot of girls who followed a trend that we saw blow up over the course of the quarantine. Yeah. We dealing with a lot of girls that followed a trend.
Quarantine was crazy.
And basically sold a piece of themselves for something that wasn't worth it. And we're dealing with a lot of things in the dating industry right now where it's like we already have the Tinder issue and the lack of like the dating scene and then the men versus women, the gender wars. We're dealing with that already. Coupled in, you know, add in the little sprinkle of the OnlyFans wave like frenzy. So the reality of it is we dealing with a lot of people that are going into the dating life and it's like we met a girl who already had OnlyFans or at some point did OnlyFans
or thought about it
and or you know or thought about it or was open to it.
So
that's the reality of the situation. And it's like 95+% of those women are not gonna make it enough for it to be worth it. Is what I'm saying. So how do we deal? I guess
that's a good point.
I'm gonna bring it home and say like, as a man, how do you deal with that? It's like having to maybe explain to your girl.
No, but he makes a point. Let's say this: you and your girl's cold, but she hasn't made it because she's not good at marketing, business, whatever. But she's the type of girl that like a normal nigga will like turn his head to. That's your girl though. Bills is tight. Bills are tight. Your job ain't giving you the promotion you want, and she's like, "Babe, I could do this. I mean,
but I need the right content type of push."
It's tough, bro. I think at that point,
for me, I'm shutting it down. I'm stepping up as a man.
So this is what my thing is.
I'm shutting it down.
2 things. You shut it down. You
because ain't no way you're gonna be selling pussy online and then that pussy ain't yielding like real shit for me.
So here's the thing.
Because we're thinking 5%. When he originally brought the fact that I'd be cool with any of that is if you're in the top that percent, whatever the fuck that percent is.
Let's bring that counting in.
But if you're over here like you struggling on OnlyFans and we just struggling in the economy in general, shut the shit down. I'm gonna find a real hustle that gets this shit popping.
Babe,
why you showing pussy for no damn reason? Babe, they can't even pay the damn rent.
Pussy for no damn reason is sick. Pussy for no reason is sick,
bro. Hell no, we ain't. And listen, hell no, we ain't doing it. Shut that account down. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get the bag for you.
So what I gather from this is either 2 things. Either you lock in with your girl and you have a conversation that's like, listen, if we're gonna do this, I want to be a part of it. I want to be in the know, and then I want you to succeed financially with this, and I guess in business. I want the business to grow, so then you partner with your girl in that, or you let her know like, this is how I feel. If you end up making this shit rock, okay, I get it, but like I'm not looking for a girl that does this. I want to supply a bag enough where you feel like you don't need to do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I feel, and maybe she already doing that same for herself. So,
Yeah.
But let me take a segue really quick. I know I didn't want to do this, but we got David in the house. One time for David. One time for David. Can we talk about some music?
We
real
love
quick?
our guests here.
Can we talk about some music?
Yes.
This is gonna go ahead.
Real quick, we love our guests here at Amor Fati.
love our
man.
guests.
We love our guests.
Yeah, bro.
We want more guests. If you want to be one of our guests at Amor Fati, just give
let
us a
know.
shout.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok. Hit us up.
Please.
Shout out Randy, our equipment guy in the back. Randy, shout out Randy.
Shout out Randy. Hand clap for Randy.
my boy.
Got to.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with this. I'm sure it will segue. We don't have that much time left in the episode.
Oh, I'm sorry. Real quick.
Go ahead. Put me apart.
I actually, we should have did this a long time ago. We got to put some fact checks in here, y'all.
Oh shit, we fucked up. Let me
Okay, so
non-alcohol.
Randy, what was the name? So we messed up. So I said some random name that was probably one of the random producers on Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
On the first part of the episode. What was the name of the actual like creator? You said Hajime Isayama? Yep. So Hajime Isayama was the real creator.
Isayama.
I was just saying some bullshit earlier. I ain't gonna lie. We was on the spot, but that's why we got my boy Randy. And then
name of foods.
number 2. What?
That nigga named the food.
We were talking about Mary-Kate and Ashley, and these boys was talking about they were geriatric or some shit.
37? They are 37, not 50.
Not 50.
Not a day over 40.
In my Mavy voice, bro, chill.
They look
chill.
Chill, bro. You was way too over on that age. Nigga.
They look 50.
They look 50. So
Yeah,
we want a fact check for y'all. Randy's here to let us know. So let me ask y'all this though. Back to music. Okay, so I was on a Travis Scott tear. Y'all have heard me. My favorite album of the year was Utopia. What do you think Travis Scott's best album was? And then we'll leak into other shit. What do you think his best?
That's a great question.
Ooh, so I have some opinions about this actually because there is a couple ways of looking at this because it kind of depends on how you discovered Travis and what your preference of Travis's sound is and what you think his best like era or sound is.
Okay.
It's the same people that think like Kanye's best phase is like the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and then there's the old Kanye heads that are like
College Dropout.
Yeah. You know, the first 3 albums, Graduation. I'm a Graduation guy myself.
Okay.
But in this case, Travis Scott, to me, I think his best sounding album and the most Travis-like album to me was Birds in the Trap. The best Travis album, front to back, is Astroworld.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you. All right.
But-
I can agree.
But I think the most influential Travis album and the most Travis-y sounding album is Birds in the Trap because Travis dropped that album.
I'd say Rodeo.
What, October, September 2016,
16,
and
16, yeah.
everything after that it was everybody trying to be Travis or everybody inserting Travis and Travis's sound into their music for the next 4 or 5 years. And that's why I say that. That's why I say that because Travis was on every track, every feature.
You know fucking what?
Okay, here we go.
Bro, he's right because a lot of stands like myself and Travis will say rodeo.
And I love Rodeo's amazing.
It's a fucking like, come on, bro. 32. Okay, so, anyways, like I agree because what he just said is so true. The part that I didn't even think about this when he dropped Birds in the Trap. Everybody was imitating and mimicking Travis.
1,000.
Even down to the ad lib. People started ad libbing Travis's ad lib
in their own music.
Facts.
The high Travis ad lib is
Young
you
Thug.
hear it in everybody's music. Everybody's music.
I gotta agree with that. And this is the thing: Birds in the Trap, Sing Me Like was a really slept on Travis album.
Facts.
And I gotta agree with him. The quintessential for me, I forgot what the question was.
Just like, what's the best Travis album? And best
That's what I agreed with. So the best Travis album for me is hands down, without any particular question, Astroworld.
And
I'll tell you why. Because me personally, like I listen to all the Travis shit. Ever since days before Rodeo was like my first like venture into him. And I don't know anything before that. I'm just like days before Rodeo and onward
Al
fan.
Farrell is
never heard
questionable.
I never heard that.
You heard 18.
I heard a little bit of Al Farrell, but Mamacita was like my first.
18 Uptown. I'm riding up Uptown.
Al Farrell was my first vet. Like I caught a couple glimpses of that. But like for me, like Mamacita, that was like my first venture into this nigga.
Days Before Rodeo
was my first venture into this nigga, and then like he really
Sloppy Toppy with Migos, first Travis song I ever heard.
And then like Rodeo was like fucking like, you know what I'm saying, like Call Me I'm Drunk, Maria I'm Drunk or whatever.
Ooh, Justin. Oh my
90210.
90210.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was like okay,
that
this
was
nigga,
very good.
Okay, and then the Birds and okay, boom. Okay, like him and Nav, that was my favorite song.
Yeah.
Like honestly, bro, that was so like when Astro came out, I told bro, listen,
crazy.
I think that was like that might have been peak music for
nigga,
so many
hold
people
on,
in so many people's lives.
I really need a moment of silence for this nigga. Like Astro World,
Let's
nigga.
do 3 seconds. Where you go? 1, 2, 3.
I'm not even trying to dick ride, but Astro World, bro, and like for real, I feel like
that was different.
The only thing that tarnished him was with that concert thing that happened like in 2021. But like, bro, Astro World from start to finish. Stop trying to be God. Like,
so,
like.
Let me ask y'all this.
Fuck the club, peace. Fuck the club. Coffee Bean, Sicko Mode, fucking bro, everything, bro. Bro, fucking. Well, I'm sorry. What was it? Skeletons, bro. I'm sorry.
Bro.
What? Or fucking like. Yosemite, bro. Stop playing with me. Stop playing, bro.
With Thundercat.
So let me ask you this:
Astro World was,
bro.
Okay, my answer's Astro World, bro. Like,
so,
okay,
where do you guys put Travis on like, not like top 5 bullshit? I don't like ranking shit in that sense, but like, is Travis one of the mover and shakers of hip hop?
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Does he pave a way for a lot of people?
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah. And this is not a question.
He's like the T-Pain of our time.
This is my opinion.
He's the T-Pain of our time.
T-Pain?
He's under.
I would say the Kanye of our time.
Ooh.
Wow, David. Okay.
That's a hot take.
Okay.
Hold on. That's a hot ass take because honestly, he's like right there. He is.
He right there.
And the reason I say he's right there is because Kanye is Kanye.
And Kanye be biting off Travis
because T-Pain did it vocally,
yeah,
and I guess song style. But T-Pain was a hit maker.
Yeah.
Kanye wasn't always about the. Kanye was about the beats, the sonics, the atmosphere that the song created. Because when you sit down and listen to,
I would say like Kanye was even like pushing it forward. Like,
I'm saying he
pushing
was
the sound,
absolutely.
Like,
but the sound, it's the song part.
I guess the reason why I said
The
T-Pain was because of the auto-tune shit.
Yeah.
But you're right. You're right though. He pushed the sound forward like Kanye.
Yeah,
Travis
T-Pain was vocal. Travis was like production.
I rescind my statement. I agree with that.
It's all good. We're gonna rescind.
When you listen to a Travis album, you sit down and even before Astro World, you feel like you sitting in a spaceship. You're at an exhibit.
I just think Kanye is like up here to me.
We need a whole episode.
Like,
I ain't gonna lie, David. Next time you come on this show, we're gonna do a whole Travis Kanye episode.
We can keep this shit going, bro. We keep this shit going.
I mean, we only got so much time, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got so much time.
You just brought up a crazy topic,
I did,
though,
because I know how much you guys appreciate music. And shout out to David, because David's the type of dude that, like, you'll listen to an album and he'll be like, but did you really listen to it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did you really appreciate this shit?
Yeah.
Because, like, me and David work together, and I'll be, like, with David, and he'll be, like, vibing to a song, and I'll be, like, liking a song, but it's not till I vibe with the song where I'll be like, shit. Oh, I see what you're hearing.
Like when somebody's like a real deal Holyfield fan.
Exactly. But we're going to have a whole nother episode on that shit.
We could dedicate a whole couple hours to music, I'm sure.
We could, bro.
I'm positive.
We could.
Hey,
we might have to do a
sound off in the comments.
And
we have to have my boy David back as a guest.
And we got to get some
sound
girls
off in the comments.
We got to get some girls to combat him on his OnlyFans take.
Let's get some more seats. We're gonna get some more seats in here.
I would love some devil's advocates.
Yeah,
we're gonna get some
ladies,
mics in here, and we gotta get a female perspective in here, though, for real.
That's all good though.
We're gonna bring Hannah back. We're gonna bring Drea in here. We gotta get some females in here.
Always Hannah.
Shout out to my boy Randy.
Shout out to Randy.
Shout out.
I know we got to get ready to wrap up.
Yeah. So you just tuned into Amor Fati, everybody, man. This has been like an incredible episode. Shout out to my boy David.
Man, shout out to
Thank you guys for having me.
Gotta. So listen, no, we're good.
We good.
We're good. So like, this has been Amor Fati. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe. And please, there's a notification icon. It's a bell right under the video. You can tap every time we drop. It will notify you.
It's gonna keep you notified, my brother.
Motherfucking bell icon.
Even if you're on the shitter, nigga, it'll let you know.
It'll let you know, nigga.
Look
we
up.
drop. Okay,
We here.
Like, we get them notifications, and also, and honestly, this is the most important part. Pay attention. Our Patreon is lit right now. Our community is going off right now,
and it's growing.
You gotta tap in.
Tap in now.
Our family community is growing right now, so tap into the Patreon. It's a link below under this video. Make sure you guys tap in.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, ma'am.
Without further ado, man, this has been Amor Fati. That's capital AMOR, capital FATI. I'm gonna let my boy Raw take it out, man.
Hey, listen. Successful people are always willing to do what broke people aren't. So just remember that.